Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Grekz. Today I bring to you this new tutorial where I'm gonna show you how to create a small GraphQL API. I mean, it's not gonna be super fancy. We're just gonna create some resolvers for the GraphQL so we can see something when we do some GraphQL queries. And I'm gonna use Kotlin and Spring Boot. So first of all, we need to come here to our common Spring initializer, try to project, we select Gradle project, language Kotlin, Spring Boot version 2.25, and let's just change here to something that's uh, okay. Now this is the artifact name is gonna be GraphQL demo, a Java file. This packaging doesn't really matter, and then Spring Web. And let's just add this Spring Web tools. Cool. So now we're gonna generate this file. Let's see. In this zip. Cool. Now we're here. Let's see. No, we should have it. Let's go there. Cool. Now I'm gonna open my IDE. Cool. So everything is empty in this file. Let's see. Let's try to run this in. Let's try to run it. See if it works. I mean, it's probably this will always work, right? Because it doesn't have anything. I mean, we have this error page that is being responded by this, but cool. Now, what we need to do is first we need to add some dependencies for to the project that will help us handling uh, these GraphQL things, right? So here I'm adding the GraphQL Spring Boot integration, GraphQL, which is an interactive in-browser GraphQL viewer, Bojagger, which is this help us represent the graph of the whole GraphQL, like what's the relationships between all your entities in GraphQL. So, and these are some Java tools. I don't think we're gonna actually use this, but cool. So now we save it. After this, we need to go to our resources. Yes, to our resources to tell the application how we need it to be handled. So let's just specify here what to GraphQL, servlet, then mapping, then we're gonna map the GraphQL, yes, quest, enable true, wait, and then also course enable. We don't need this at this point, I think, but let's just add it for good measure. Cool. Also, yes, to tell the this service to how to handle also the GraphQL. I don't know really how that's pronounced. We need to also specify it in here. GraphQL. Then endpoint. Wait. Endpoint should be also the same. GraphQL. And then enable. Then true. Yes. Page title. Just GraphQL. Yep. Cool. Yes. So in here we are just telling the application how it should behave whenever you get some requests to these two things. Cool. Now let's move on to create a data class in here. I'm gonna do a simple data class here. Just remove everything, and then data class book, which is gonna receive um, two parameters, two properties from this data class. Yeah. Cool. So whenever we create some object from this class, it's gonna have um, these two attributes of the object. And now let's create the same a resolver. A resolver is just um, um, it's a how whenever we get certain requests with GraphQL, how these requests it's gonna be handled. So let's just create that as well. Um, let's go and do the class book resolver. Then this is gonna extend from the GraphQL query resolver. Yes, and this is gonna come from what was the name? To the GraphQL tools. Yes. No, yes. This is why we need the other GraphQL tools in the import from the build Gradle. And now from Spring Boot, we need to specify that this is a component. Cool. Yes. Cool. Now here we're gonna create a function that is gonna be called books, and this is gonna return a list of objects, the one that we defined from the class book. And then let's just fill this these these dummy objects with some dumb data, right? Like so, one, and then two, and let's return the list of these two books, just for us to see how resolvers work, right? Now we need to define our schema here from the GraphQL. For that, we need to create a file in resources, which is going to be called models GraphQLs. Here we're just going to have the first type query, and then it's going to be books, which is going to return a list of yes. And now let's define also the book type. There's probably already a library in there that could make this automatically, but let's do this by hand. Cool. Now this is the resolver that we define here, right? Like we tell GraphQL query that we can accept some query of and these queries of type books. Now we tell here how are we gonna resolve these queries. So whenever we have this query of type books, now we need to resolve it in this manner. So here is where you need to add all your logic to return something. Super simple. Let's go and run it again and see if this works. Probably no. So what happened? Let me see. Just compile. Maybe I have some typo in here. Just because of the Spring. Yes, Spring framework. Let's see. Let's try to run it again. Stereotype. Result bar. Yes. Let's see. Or Spring framework stereotype component. It should be fine. Create and save it. Unresolved reference. Okay, so unresolved reference, this doesn't work. Spring framework, yes. Stereotype. So I was missing an E. Cool. Now let's see if this works. Seems that it's working. Now let's go and see. I've already have these GraphQL things prepared. Now, this is a GraphQL, the thing that I don't know how to pronounce. So if we run it, we are able to see the attribute ID from the list that we return. If we add here name, then we should see both, like all the names that we created. And this is Bojagger, also the other tool that we added. Just it tells us that whenever we have this query, we're going to have a list of books similar. I mean, just saying the things that we specified in the models GraphQL, and then it's going to return a list of these types of objects. So cool. That's it. Also super short video. I hope that you can learn more about GraphQL, and cool. Thank you. Thank you so much.